Do not deprive your spouse of sex. Without sex, your marriage, your relationship, your partnership is doomed. Hello guys, how are you doing today? My name is Hilda and I'm happy to have you here in my zone. I'm making this video today because I've realized that effort and commitment alone does not equal to a happy union. Truthfully, there are certain mistakes we make that may ruin our marriage or relationship or partnership, as they fondly call it in this part of the world. It's imperative to identify these mistakes and resolve the problems before they damage our relationships. Today, I will be talking about 5 common mistakes that we make every day, and these mistakes have the potential to put our relationships at risk. In no particular order, the number 1 on my list is being too possessive. Now, a lot of us treat our spouses like an object, like an item that we own. We don't allow them their freedoms when they need it, and most times they revolt. They try to take it by force. And now the secret to this kind of situation is getting yourself to be relevant, making yourself busy, get a job and have a social life, and this will make you more attractive and even more interesting. It will give you something to talk about. I say something to talk about. Now, because you treat your spouse like an item, most times, every time they move, it's a problem. Every time they do something they want to do for themselves, it's a problem, and you find yourself complaining a lot. It makes you start nagging, which brings us to the second mistakes that we make. Especially ladies, you need to stop the excessive complaint, my darlings. Nagging kills your ability to communicate. There's no communication when you're nagging, because at the point you start sounding like a broken record to your partner, you cannot communicate effectively, and it starts seeing you like, in fact, there will be a lot of misunderstanding, because nobody understands somebody who keeps blabbing all the time. Start seeing you like a barking dog. Yes, there's bound to be misunderstanding in every relationship, but it's very important that we learn how to pass our information across. We need to understand the tone of our voice. We should not underestimate the effect of the tone of our voice. The third thing on my list is do not deprive your spouse of sex. The absence of sex in any relationship is a serious problem. As a matter of fact, without sex, your marriage, your relationship, your partnership is doomed. Lack of sex reduces intimacy and connection, and it can lead to resentment and even infidelity. Sexless marriage is a war zone. Like, you just find yourself quarreling, no good reason. So try to make sex a priority. A healthy sex life brings about a happy family. Another mistake people make is they forget to cherish their partners. They forget to show that they cherish their partner. Particularly women, they tend to forget this as soon as they start having kids. They get preoccupied with their children, with their jobs, with home chores, and they overlook their spouse. They even overlook small gestures that solidifies their marriage. If you should always show excitement when you see your partner, when you see your spouse, just always make them know that you're happy to see them. Try to always engage in lots of eye contacts, lots of hugs, lots of comments that brings about positive energy. And by doing this, you're sure of a safe and a lasting marriage. Another mistake we make is being addicted to social media. In fact, 99% of people tend to fall for this kind of mistakes because we get carried away allowing social media become a third party in our relationships, taking a lot of the time we would have spent with our partners doing better things. And we really need to try to make our bedroom a device free zone. We should try our best to not allow devices seduce us enough to forget our partners. Finally, we need to note that there are no general marriage template based on anyone's personal opinion. I mean, the variables in marriage are too many for us to allow anyone's formula in our own marriages. Everyone's home is unique. In fact, many marriage mentors are not even married. Experience is only an added advantage. That is why some people who have been married before and they are no longer in marriages, or some of them could just be maybe close friends to some people who are married, and those people talking too much has given them the right to open an office and call themselves marriage counselors. You really do not need to share what happens in your home with anybody. You devise a means, you bring up a strategy, find something that works in your own marriage. A lot of people even think that just because someone has been married for 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, you can run to them to seek for advice. You don't even know if this person has decided to be quiet in a very toxic relationship, if this person has struggled for the 20, 30 years of our marriage. So the truth is, every marriage is unique. Advise yourself. Do what is right for you. Do what is right for your spouse. Try to avoid what you think is wrong. Don't do things that you wouldn't want your spouse to do to you, and by so doing, your marriage will be intact. Of this, my advice to every one of us in a relationship or marriage is that we should try to see what works for us. We should try to be good to ourselves, love ourselves. And if we can love ourselves enough, we'll be able to love anyone around us. We'll be able to show that love to people around us. I mean, if you don't love yourself enough, you're only going to carry bitterness around. I mean, if you're bitter all the time, you're going to make other people's life horrible. You're going to make other people's life unbearable, and you won't steer clear of any relationship until you are emotionally ready. If you're ready, then you can go into it. If not, leave people alone so that you don't go in and then divorce is your next option, or you start creating toxicity in your relationship, creating problems for another person. Until next time, guys, I wish you all the best in your relationships. Love you. Bye.